What if I told you that around $30,000, something magical happens? Your money stops sitting there and starts working for you. Imagine you've saved $10,000. Not bad. If you invest it and earn 8% interest, you make about $800 in a year. That's like $66 a month. Nice, but it won't change your life. Now let's say you've saved $20,000. That same 8% now gives you $1,600 a year, about $133 a month. It's getting more interesting, but still not huge. But here's where it gets exciting. At $30,000, that 8% return becomes $2,400 a year. That's $200 every single month without you lifting a finger. Now we're talking real money that can help with your phone bill, groceries, or saving for something special. So how do you reach that $30,000 sweet spot? If you save $500 every month with 8% returns, you'll get there in about 4 years. If you can swing $1,000 a month, you'll hit it in just over 2 years. The $30,000 mindset shift. There's a moment when you stop feeling broke and start feeling wealthy. For most people, that moment happens around $30,000. Here's why it changes everything. The average American has about $8,000 saved. If you've got $30,000, you're not just doing okay, you're crushing it. When a $1,200 car repair would wipe you out, with $30,000 in the bank, emergencies don't send you into panic mode anymore. Your savings might dip to $28,000, but you're still in 5 figures. You're still solid. That peace of mind, priceless. With $30,000, you shift from survival mode to abundance mode. The shift from $8,000 to $30,000 is about rewiring your brain from scarcity to possibility. And once you make that shift, there's no going back. The $30,000 Freedom Fund. If you live on $2,000 to $3,000 a month, $30,000 gives you 10 to 15 months of runway. That's almost a year of breathing room, a year to figure things out, a year where nobody owns you. When you've only got $2,000 saved, you're stuck. Bad boss, toxic workplace, doesn't matter, you need that paycheck. But with $30,000, you can walk away from anything that's destroying your mental health. You have the power to say, I deserve better. But it's not just about quitting. $30,000 unlocks opportunity. Want to switch from retail to tech? Take a 3-month coding bootcamp. Want to become a nurse? Go back to school. Want to start your own business? You've got time to test it out without starving. That cushion gives you permission to bet on yourself. And even if you stay at your job, $30,000 changes the game. Negotiating salary? Easier when you're not desperate. Setting boundaries? Simple when you know you could walk away. Financial security doesn't just buy time, it buys respect. The hidden tax on being broke. Being broke is expensive. When you're poor, everything costs more. It's like paying a tax just for not having money. $30,000 breaks this cycle. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, one small mistake costs you big. Overdraft fees, ATM fees because you can't maintain a minimum balance, late fees because you had to choose between the electric bill and your credit card. These poverty penalties can drain hundreds of dollars every year, money you can't afford to lose. And when emergencies hit, that's when being broke gets really expensive. You can't afford the $800 car repair, so you take a payday loan at insane interest rates. That puts you behind on rent, which triggers late fees. Your credit score drops, meaning your next loan costs even more. It's a trap. But with $30,000, you escape all of this. You maintain the minimum balance, no fees. You buy the £50 bag of rice that lasts 6 months. You invest in quality shoes. You pay your insurance annually and pocket the discount. You fix your car immediately instead of letting a small problem become a huge one. Add it all up, and having that $30,000 cushion can save you nearly $2,000 a year. That's $2,000 that can go toward building more wealth instead of just keeping your head above water. Welcome to the investor class. Before $30,000, all your money has a job, rent, food, bills. But at $30,000, you can do something crazy. You can put your money in multiple places at once. You become a real investor. Here's an example on how to split $30,000. $7,000 goes into a Roth IRA. That's your retirement growing tax-free. $10,000 sits in your emergency fund, your insurance against life's curveballs. $3,000 in checking for bills and life. And $10,000? That goes into a brokerage account where you buy stocks, ETFs, maybe some bonds. The Roth IRA is basically a cheat code. You put in $7,000 now, and when it grows to $50,000 in 20 years, you don't pay taxes when you take it out. It's like planting a money tree that the government can't touch. And you can only do this if you've got the cash to spare. With that extra $10,000 in your brokerage account, you can diversify. Buy a real estate investment trust. That's like owning tiny pieces of apartment buildings. Grab some ETFs, bundles of hundreds of stocks. Maybe add some bonds for stability. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket anymore. Playing the long game. The difference between staying broke and building wealth? It's all about time. Let me show you how $30,000 rewires your brain for the long game. Here's the thing. Getting to $30,000 isn't luck. It takes years of saying no to stuff you want right now. Every time you chose to save instead of spend, you proved something to yourself. You can delay gratification, you can stick to a plan. That $30,000 is proof you're not like everyone else. $30,000 builds a different kind of muscle, impulse resistance. When you see something shiny and expensive, you don't just swipe your card anymore. You pause. You ask, is this worth more than what this money could become? Most of the time, the answer is no. And you walk away feeling powerful, not deprived. Delayed gratification isn't about suffering now for some fantasy future. It's about playing chess while everyone else plays checkers. Yeah, your friends bought new cars at 22, but at 35, you own a house while they're still renting. You chose the long game, and the long game always wins. Getting to $30,000 teaches you the most valuable lesson in wealth. Patience pays. Consistency compounds. The long game isn't sexy, but it works. And once you've proven it to yourself, you'll never go back to short-term thinking again. Your $30,000 action plan. So you're convinced $30,000 is the goal, but how do you actually get there? Let me break down the exact game plan that works. Step 1, face reality. You need 3 numbers. Your net worth. That's everything you own minus everything you owe. Your monthly income, every dollar coming in. And your monthly expenses, every dollar going out. Write them down. Screenshot your accounts. You can't fix what you don't measure. Step 2. Track every single purchase for 30 days. I know, it sounds annoying. Do it anyway. Use an app, use a spreadsheet, use a notebook. You're hunting for leaks? Cut just half of those leaks and you've got an extra $100 to $250 a month. That's $1,200 to $3,000 a year going straight into your $30,000 fund instead of vanishing into thin air. Defense wins championships, and defense is how you save. Step 3, play offense. You can only cut expenses so much, but income, that's unlimited. 3 moves here. 1, ask for a raise, seriously. Research what you're worth and make the ask. Even a $3,000 annual raise is $250 more per month. 2, start a side hustle. Freelance, tutor, drive for Uber, anything. An extra $500 a month is $6,000 a year. 3, sell your junk. That gaming console you don't use. Those designer shoes in the back of your closet. Turn clutter into cash. The formula is simple. Save $500 a month with decent returns, hit $30,000 in about 4 years. Bump that to $750. You're there in 2.5 years. Get to $1,000 a month. Just over 2 years. It's not magic. It's math plus discipline. That's it. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Track your money. Plug the leaks. Earn a little more. Save what you can. Celebrate the small wins. Every $1,000 milestone. Every month you stick to the plan. Because in 2 to 4 years, you'll have $30,000. And that $30,000 will change your entire life.